Hi, it's Susie. It's Easter evening. Just seeing you and those you are with, just having a beautiful day and wherever you're at. I had a beautiful day myself with some good friends and some really cool experiences. And part of it was meeting with one of my best buds that's part of Agency 258, assisting me with my holistic healing community website. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So we're doing some revamping. Anyway, I've got day three here, or question three from my 41 questions to ask yourself as you're wishing to create abundance in your life. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. So just sit back, chillax, and we'll see what comes up. I do read this material because I'm known to go a little squirrel, and that's like no joke. It's just I'm just have a lot of fun. So anyway, I'm going to be reading what I wrote this morning. All of my inspired thought happens upon waking up. So this is what came in this morning. And again, I usually leave the notes underneath these YouTube channels or within the podcast so you can see there are some things that are not edited. And that is by choice that I keep it unedited because for me, I feel like I'm just the typist. It's my information. I put a copyright on it. It's my material. However, I don't know that I completely 100% claim everything that comes out. So anywho, so I'm going to get started with this beautiful message for today. And thank you for being here. All right, so here we go. Today we began to break down Attraction 41 questions. Question number 3, via podcast and video that began on March 29, 2018. It can be found at the YouTube channel Holistic Healing Community by Susie Jervich. To subscribe to follow this complimentary offering of how to tune into attracting your desired goal intent or juicy, groovy new vibe. Let's get started. Hey, here's some questions to begin with. Ever have a moment when you decide to upgrade your questions? Ever notice that you attract something new by reframing your question? Ever notice how your body feels by attracting something new? What if you decide to ask better questions? All right, question number 3 of 41 is 3 words. Do you journal? All right, so number 1, celebrate what arises. As the magnificent artisan that you are, you may realize that you have been journaling your whole life. Look around. Your journaling of your experiences may be in your writing, your art, your appreciation of beauty, your music, your home, your profession, your relationships, your imagination, your gardening, your children, your children's children, your grandchildren. Begin to see the journal of your records, also known as Akashic Records, that it is carried in your DNA, in fact, in your very state of being. You are continually journaling, in essence, as your paths shift, change, and expand. Patterns and lessons are succinctly adjusting to new stimuli, and experiential fields envelop right before your eyes. See journaling now as a dynamic, energetic stream of exploration on the inner and outer realms of potentiality. Number 2, miracles abound. When you, precious one, come into experiences, or some say lessons, you may come to know the miracles act as a bookend to completion on one particular learning loop. It is recommended that you, in your own artisan way, express out that a miracle, in fact, was expressed. With this being said, note all levels of miracles. Some may observe what appears to be a minute miracle, when in fact, the miracle has created an extraordinary new opening in your life. See miracles as an every now moment. Neutralize your interpretation of the miracle, i.e., something bad happened, and see the miracle of what arises within your whole being. Miracle zone in challenging times may awaken dormant resilience, strength, courage, faith, trust, love, forgiveness, etc. Saturate in the knowing that your miracle meets you on the other side of your experience. Document these miracles as a living legacy of your highest expression of self. Number 3, give thanks 24/7. Journaling your gratitude is a gift unto a gift. When you give attention to that which has already been gifted to you, you create a more energetic flow momentum. The act of gratitude is the cosmic high five of thank you, and let's create more. When you become intentional with your gratitude practice, you may notice a period of void or space, which then flows right into a period of expansion or heart opening. In the space of the heart opening is a sense of higher understanding and wisdom of the truth of who and what you are. You are grateful. Grateful for your life and all that it encompasses. You are here, you have a purpose, and for that I am grateful. All right, so that's the end of that information. So that's complete. Tomorrow is question number 4. Who is your closest friend that you can bounce ideas off of? All right, so, whew. On that part where we were talking about when you're creating that space of miracles, that you have that period where it feels like nothing is happening. So it feels like empty space, okay? And then you have that period of it expanding, okay? So when we go into that, the inspiration there is that toroidal or the torus or the toroidal energy or system. So it could be like, just receiving it. This is like the collapsing here. So this is where everything seems like it's falling apart. It's going inward and collapsing. And then as it opens up and expands, it's like alivening again. And again, that heart is opening as the expansion comes in. And that's where the miracles are. And then it comes back into this beautiful field. So, God, there's just some really cool stuff. So when I'm writing this material, I'm getting sacred geometry, I'm getting movement, and I'm getting swirls of activity and different things that come in to help support the writing. So, and it's almost like when I do my Akashic, readings with others, a lot of the things come in number sequences, also in, how do I put it? Ways where I start to see patterns, and then it goes into going into shapes and then some of that sacred geometry. So I do my best, to get information as I'm writing, and then do my best to put it into to a simple language that even I can understand, because all of this is like kind of new. I'm like, wow, what's coming in now? Anyway, the journaling is really a beautiful thing, and I can say I've got my gold book here. I bring this out occasionally, so I'm a big advocate of really, going from thought or an idea or concept into really, pinning it and locking it down or dialing it in with concrete, effective action. And so I've probably shown this to you before, but this is my gold book for 2018. It's kind of got a glare in here. And this is something, I was actually in Las Vegas when I created this, and I started it in December, and I really wrote down a lot of what I was seeking for 2018. And I started it, back in, December, and I pretty much wrote really the foundation of what I'm seeking in 2018. And I have to say I far exceeded it's kind of mind-blowing what has expanded, since being here in Phoenix. So the energies of Phoenix are fantastic. Okay, I'm going to take these off here. So the energies here are just like, whoa, So, so my journaling, so I really didn't get into the specifics of how to write a journal or, how to do that. Now, certainly I've got I've got spirals all over the place, lots and lots of notes here that I've done. Um, and then I've got a planner that I use that's very detailed. And then this book, I've got a spiral here. And so I actually have different categories that I work from. This is also going to give a prop to my coach, Linda Starr, out of Houston. And so this is from her book, Genesis Formula. So giving a prop out to Genesis Formula. Um, anyway, so the first category here is assignments. So these are monthly goals, and they could be like sometimes I put real easy ones on so I could just check it off. So I've got assignments as part of my journaling. At the beginning of the month, what are my goals for this month? And it continues to ebb and flow. So as new information comes in, I check one thing off and add something else in. So it's really going into effective action, being very present with your life, being intentional with your word, having integrity and dignity with yourself, and just really, um, if I say I'm going to put it down there, and there's just got to be a point where I actually do it, so it kind of reminds me, do it. And then new stuff comes into, which is cool. So my first one is assignments, so it's monthly goals, and then my next one is miracles. And then, when you start logging miracles, I mean, it's just like, whoa, you're really like tapping into some really great, energy there, because as you talk about your miracles and you're in gratitude about your miracles, God, they just keep coming in and coming in and coming in. So when you start noticing, so that part about miracles in that written piece was pretty dynamic. So really giving a lot of just credence and love, love, love to the miracles that show up in your life. So I have an area here where I just jot down just real simple things too. I found a feather. just, you know, um, just there's so many things, and I actually go into physical, mental, spiritual, and emotional ways of looking at miracles too. So you can really break it down into all kinds of different ways depending on where you're at with your practice. Next is I've got my is maintenance. So these are some maintenance is really cool. And so this is stuff I want to do like almost every day. I have to tell you, floss my teeth every day. I'm so into like having a good, pretty smile. Like, anyway, so these are some really cool things. Clean my house, read a book a week, maintain my database, look at my goal book, which I'm doing it right now. So these are some really cool things here. Fantastic 50. These are like 50 items under $50 or less that I'd love to be gifted, or if I have a little bit of splurge money, then I know exactly what I'm going to do. I know exactly what my preferences are. And if anybody says, hey, I want to get you something, I can just go down the list and say, how about this one? Anyway, so that's kind of fun. It's kind of like a goal list too, in a way. The next one is relationships. And this is family relationships, romantic relationships, just like what are your goals there? What is your intention with all of that and what's going on there? I'm personally not in a relationship, but I can say I've got family relationships, and that feels really good. And then friend relationships. Then there's personal, like some different things personally that I'm seeking, so that's in here, family and kids, so I've got 2 children and I've got 5 grandchildren, and so kind of it's setting the tone. One thing I put on my list for family is this year everybody's going to get a birthday card or an anniversary card. So this is my siblings, my children, and my grandchildren. Okay, so I'm not exactly doing all my nieces and nephews. However, I do the best I can with a shout out there. So that's my commitment, is to send a card. What is this one here? Financial. So I've got a whole lot in my financial, because this is where I'm working at right now. So lots and lots and lots of notes documenting many, many things here. Friends, I've got things here, some awarenesses about friends, some things that we do as friends, some other things like this month in April, I've got some friends coming to Phoenix, and I'm super duper stoked. Super duper stoked. I've got way more in my goal book, but I think right now we're going to end this beautiful video. I think you have an idea about journaling and some ideas there. So I really want to wish you a beautiful day, and just know that you're in your perfect place at the perfect time and in the perfect way. So just enjoy your afternoon and your evening, and may you be blessed. And thank you for being here.